Welcome to this explainer. Okay, let's dive right into this. Today, our entire focus is on ACIM, Lesson 157. And the central message of this lesson is simply this: into his presence would I enter now. It's a completely profound piece of source text, and we're going to break it down so you can see exactly what it's asking of us and how it can literally shift your day-to-day experience.
So here is that core statement again, the absolute heartbeat of the lesson. Into his presence would I enter now. Just take a breath and let that set the tone for us. The text explicitly describes today as a day of silence and of trust. We're essentially stepping away from all the noise and anxiety of daily life and setting an intention to just enter a space of deep, quiet presence.
The text frames this in such a beautiful way. It tells us that this isn't just another random day on your calendar. It calls it a special time of promise, literally a time heaven has set apart to cast a timeless light. It says this is a day when echoes of eternity are heard. So it's really inviting us to view today as holy, an opportunity to usher in a completely new kind of feeling and awareness that, honestly, we usually just rush right past.
Section 1. A crucial turning point. The text actually marks this lesson as a major curriculum milestone. It adds a fresh dimension to everything you learned so far. And to explain this shift, it makes this really stark comparison. On one hand, it talks about celebrating death. Now, to demystify that a bit, it means we spent long days and nights focusing on fear, dwelling on our limitations, holding on to the past, basically all the stuff that just drains our life force. But look at the flip side. Today, the text says, you learn to feel the joy of life. We are trading in all that fear and limitation for pure presence, trust, and silence.
And because of that massive shift, this fresh experience brings us to what the text calls the door where learning ceases. I mean, think about that for a second. We catch a glimpse of what lies past the highest reaches that pure intellectual learning can possibly attain. We're moving from just thinking about these concepts to actually experiencing them directly, and it leaves us entirely sure of our direction and our true goal.
Section 2. Touching Heaven Today.
The source material makes this incredible promise that today it will be given to you to feel a touch of heaven. So let's break down how this actually works. The text totally acknowledges that you're going to return to your normal paths of learning. You still have to go about your daily life. But by faithfully rehearsing this lesson, you've come far enough along to alter time sufficiently. The idea here is that you can temporarily rise above the strict laws of time and space just to walk into eternity for a little while and return to your true self.
Section 3. A new purpose for you.
Now, this inner practice doesn't just stay bottled up inside you. It leads to a completely new purpose in the physical world. It's like a giant ripple effect. The text details some amazingly tangible changes. It says a literal glow travels from your fingertips to those you touch, blessing everyone you look upon. A new vision reaches everyone you meet, or even everyone you just think of or who thinks of you. Your mind is so transformed that it becomes a touchstone for the holy thoughts of God, and your physical body is given this beautiful, holy purpose to bring that light to the world.
And as this inner experience increases, the text says the world to which you return becomes a little closer to its deliverance. It literally becomes a little more like heaven in its ways. We obviously can't just hand this profound inner experience directly to someone else, but it leaves a vision in our eyes that we can offer everyone. And that helps the world quietly forget its troubles and just remember heaven for a while.
Section 4. How to practice today.
All right, we've talked about the high-level theory, so let's get into the practical instructions. Now, what's really interesting about this is you might be wondering, especially if you follow structured daily practices, how long am I supposed to do this? Is there a timer? How many times a day should I be repeating this?
Well, the text gives us a very specific, yet entirely unstructured answer. It says, He will direct your practicing today, for what you ask for now is what He wills. So unlike other routines that might demand, say, 5 minutes every single hour, today there is absolutely no rigid timer. Your practice is an intuitive, ongoing process. You're being asked to rely entirely on your inner guidance to dictate when and for how long you pause throughout the day. And when you do take those guided pauses, the text advises that nothing is needed but today's idea to light your mind. You literally just let your mind rest in still anticipation and quiet joy. You join your will with the divine, and in doing so, you quickly leave all the heavy burdens of the world completely behind.
Section 5. The ultimate vision.
As you practice this intuitive resting, you're embarking on a journey that the text says is guided by the translator of perception into truth. The final destination described here is a state where we become serenely unaware of everything except perfect love. It's an instant that is so profound it completely transcends all vision, even the holiest of visions.
And this really highlights the limits of our intellect. The text points out, "This you will never teach, for you attained it not through learning." You can't just write this transcendent state on a whiteboard. But the vision serves as a powerful remembrance of a deep, eternal knowing that you already hold within you and that you will surely know again. So, to wrap up this explainer, let's just reiterate the core mantra you're going to be using today. Into His presence would I enter now. Keep holding this idea in your mind. And remember, you don't need a stopwatch for this one. Just let your inner guidance dictate the length and the frequency of your pauses, stepping into that silent trust whenever you feel called to do it.
Hey, if you found this explainer helpful in breaking down the source material, please take a quick second to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us continue creating these structured explainers for you.
I'll leave you with this final, provocative thought derived right from today's text. If all of our intellectual learning ceases at the door of eternity, are you ready to quiet your mind today and finally step through? Have a wonderful time practicing, and I will see you in the next explainer.